Chairman Keeble, members of the committee, it's an honor to appear before you. My name is John Cargaan, Assistant Attorney General. I'm here on behalf of Peter Kilmartin, the Attorney General. Specifically, my remarks will be addressed to Bills 5262, 5263, 5437, 5554. And just by way of introduction, I'll be brief. But as to 5262, it's my understanding that the operative text that's proposed in this bill will seek to bring into parity with handguns the so-called long gun, rifle, or shotgun, place the same restrictions that exist now as to carrying pistols, make them applicable to the rifle. The thinking behind this bill is, it appears from our law as it presently exists that someone could walk down the street, walk through Kennedy Plaza, bearing a rifle or a shotgun openly with no restriction. There would be no charge that would be applicable unless something was actually done with the firearm. And so that is the rationale behind that introduction. But 5262 has a second part to it, specifically an amendment to 114730, specifically subsection C. That addresses a slightly different topic, and that criminalizes the transfer of a firearm to a minor if that firearm is used in a crime of violence as defined in 1147-2. It introduces a new penalty should that transfer take place. That penalty would be in addition to the penalties contained in 1147-30A. And as to 5263, this bill seeks to modify possession by minors to strike the word or words and use from the operative text of the legislation or of the statute. Specifically, the reason this is being requested is because in the family court, it's been our experience in a number of cases, not all, but in a number of cases, that in order to convict or to adjudicate a juvenile in that court, we have to show both possession and use, so that a minor caught with a firearm who might be prosecuted as an adult in an adult scenario would escape prosecution if we were unable to show that he additionally used it. We feel that this is an unneeded element or unneeded elemental burden in these cases. And as Representative Maldonado well introduced, 5437 pertains to the orange tips. It does two things. One, it would make it a misdemeanor to remove the orange tip from a toy or imitation firearm, but it would make it a felony to add an orange tip type mark to a real firearm. The public safety concern addressed there is that we don't want these imitation guns or toy guns to be mistaken for real guns. Likewise, we don't want real guns to be camouflaged as toy guns. And finally, 5554, a new bill that would address straw purchasers. It would criminalize the transfer of a firearm by someone who knows or reasonably should know that the purchaser will use this gun in a crime of violence. Those four bills, the ones I'm speaking of tonight, what I would suggest, just by very way of a brief remark, is I know these are thorny issues. I know these are issues important to many people on all sides of the debate. I don't think anyone will disagree with the notion that public safety is important. Public safety as a goal in the abstract. But no legislature, no lawmaking body legislates solely in the abstract. No legislating body pursues a general goal at all costs. There are limitations, there are compromises, there are restrictions. These bills I submit to you are reasonable restrictions designed to address very specific public safety concerns. Again, there may be no perfect answers. Sometimes there are only trade-offs. I'll take any questions.
Thank you. Representative Knight.
It's not really a question, just a comment for the language, a technical thing on the bill regarding giving a firearm to an 18-year-old and having that bill or that firearm used in a crime of violence later on. I when I was reading this in preparation tonight, just the wording is clunky. I think that could be, you could accomplish it, but it's not clear the way it is. So for future reference, maybe we reword that.
Good. I would ask you to bring that to the attention of the sponsor, too, Representative Knight. Any questions for John Cargaan on behalf of the Attorney General's office? Vice Chair McKinty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Does the Attorney General's office have any...
Well, they have another witness.
What?
Attorney General, they have another witness.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay. I just was wondering if you knew anything about the No Guns in School Bill 5345. Was there any stance on that by the Attorney General's office?
We may have submitted something written. Ms. McElroy is here as well to testify, but I'm limited to just the 4 bills.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, any further questions for John? Representative Roberts.
Thank you. Regarding Bill 5437, imitation firearms, are there currently any laws in place regarding the toy or imitation firearms, or is this a new initiative?
This would be essentially a new initiative as it relates to the imitation or toy firearms. There is federal law in place that addresses this as well.
Okay, so this will be the first attempt to regulate this particular area then.
At least as regards the orange safety tip.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions for John? Thank you very much.